What is up, everybody? It's your boy SCCFT back with another video for you guys today. Welcome to the SCCFT College World Series Selection Show. Now, before we begin though this, I do want to make it a couple announcements, and I told you guys this in my announcement video on my original channel, SEC Football 2. Go over there and subscribe. Shameless plug. You find a link in the description below. Anyways, unfortunately, guys, this will not be the fanciest selection show. This won't be as fancy and epic as my SCCFT March Madness ones that are about 30, 40 minutes, all tons of cool editing, stuff like that. I had to make this one pretty quick because I have a lot to do on my original channel because, as most of you know, this month is the beginning of college football content for me. It's one of the busiest months in SCCFT. I'm trying to make my record projections for the college football season and doing all those cool editing and making all those graphics. I don't want to sound lazy, but it takes up too much time and it doesn't allow me to focus a lot on my main channel. So I wanted to just do this one kind of quickly, and I appreciate you guys understanding everything now. Another thing I'll explain is this is going to be a very different format than the original College World Series. This format will be like the SCCFT March Madness format because it's quicker and easier for me. The regionals will be the round of 68. Super regionals will be round of 32. College World Series begins at the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. And College World Series Finals is the Final Four. And, of course, the National Championship game. This is the format we're going to be doing, so hopefully you guys like it. By the way, we won't be doing this every single day because of the original content on my channel. I had to make sure that I'm saving time for that, so there might be a day or two gap in between, games and stuff, but there will be 4 games in a day, just so you guys know. So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Hopefully this all works out. This is kind of a risk considering the month it is for me and the content I have to do on my original channel. I'm not trying to bring it up to get annoying. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I do have a lot of work to do over on SCCFT, so we will try to make this work as best we can. So just bear with me, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun with this thing. And, of course, as you all know by now, I am using Wii Sports, the original things I do for my channel tournaments, for this game. And I've been wanting to do my own College World Series tournament for years, and this year just feels like the best chance to do it since I graduated. I don't have to worry about anything really much over the summer, so now is really the best time for me to do it. So let's have fun with this thing. I think we're going to have a good time. Additional information that you need to know: there will be 3 games in each series. Now, what I mean by that, of course, if a team wins the first 2, then you're done. You already won the series. You know how it goes, and you advance. But if we have 1-1, series is tied, there will be a game played for the winner. So we're going to be doing 3 games each. However, as normally in the College World Series, if one team takes the first 2 games, you're moving on, and we'll end it there. But if we have a tie, it's going to be 3 games. So 3 games max in this thing. So it's important for you guys to know. Also, I know you guys are giddy. I know you guys are ready to see the teams revealed. Just a couple more announcements. We'll get there. Just relax. Just calm down. But another thing you need to know is the most these games will probably take is maybe 20 to 30 minutes because we're doing all 2 or 3 games in one video, and sometimes the games go on for a lot longer than you think. So, yeah, especially if the game gets intense. Another thing is, this is how it goes. There are 3, in Wii Sports Baseball, there are 3 innings total. However, unfortunately, the thing I really don't like about Wii Sports Baseball is you have a mercy rule. So let me put it to you this way. If one team is up 5-0 at the bottom of the first, and you get all 3 outs, you win the game 5-0. I think that's a little unfair because you're robbing the other team of a chance and just ending the game early. And 5-0 is literally nothing. If anyone knows the game of baseball, even in a video game, a 5-point lead is nothing in baseball. I'm just telling you, you can have that blown in any second. So I don't like the mercy rule. I know the Wii's and stuff are kind of outdated now, so there's nothing they can do about it now. But I'm just letting you guys know, unfortunately, there are mercy rules. Some of y'all might not matter, though, if it happens, if your team wins by a mercy rule. But I'm just letting you guys know there are, unfortunately, mercy rules in this game. And that, there's nothing I can do about it, guys. I'm sorry. So that's probably going to be the one flaw throughout this entire thing. Now, who knows how much we'll get, but I assume the top seeds will probably dominate their first game, as they honestly should. We might see a couple. We might even see a lot. Who knows? But either way, regardless, we're gonna have a fun time with this, and I'm excited for you all to be here. I won't bore you anymore with my lectures and explaining how things work. Now it is time to reveal the teams that'll play for the regionals. And as you guys know, the regions are divided to East, Midwest, South, and West. Just like the SEC Team March Madness. Anyways, let's go. Alright, so as always, we are going to begin with the East region. And look who we got here. Top seed Tennessee against 16th seed Marshall. 8th seed UCLA versus Purdue. That's going to be a good one. North Carolina versus Texas Tech. And guys, I'm not predicting the future or anything, but there's a potential we might have a UNC Duke game in the Supers. Duke, Washington State. Pretty good mashups here. Now let's go to the second side of the East region. And this one is also packed with some pretty dope games. 2nd seed Vanderbilt versus 15th seed Toledo. Georgia and Miami. That one's going to be legendary. Nevada versus Alabama. And this one has me the most excited personally. Clemson versus Florida. So we got some pretty dope games in the East region. But now let's move on and let's see who's get to play in the Midwest region. Alright, here for the Midwest region, we got top overall seed in the tournament, Oklahoma State versus 16th seed USC Upstate. USC Upstate versus the Cowboys of Oklahoma State. That's a pretty good one, but Baylor, Missouri, this one right here has me excited. Texas A&M versus Virginia, and Oklahoma versus Syracuse. We got some potentials for some very, very cool, not only just super regional matchups in this one, but College World Series matchups as well. Very awesome possibilities for the Supers and College World Series in this one. And let's head to the second side of the Midwest Regional. Then this one we got number 2 Texas versus 15th seed Citadel. The South Carolina team's getting the Big 12 teams, huh? K-State versus Kansas. Rivalry, guys. Rivalry. Arkansas versus Iowa. Now, I'm looking forward to that one. And then LSU versus Iowa State. The Midwest Regional is insane. Insane. This one right here has me stoked. Really, really stoked. Now we're moving on with the South Regional. And we have top seed Nebraska versus 16th seed Furman. The Egg Bowl. I'm just kidding. That's a football thing. But still a rivalry game. Ole Miss versus Mississippi State. NC State versus Navy. And hey, Gamecock fans, we're in. We're in. Another reason why I'm glad we did this, because our real baseball team sadly missed the postseason this year. Not in my tournament. We made it, and we are playing Northwestern. Super excited about that one. That's going to be a really good game. So, some pretty cool matchups already here in the South Regional. Let's continue. And, guys, it just gets better. Kentucky versus Bowling Green. Pitt versus Penn State. Michigan versus Michigan State. And Illinois versus Indiana. a whole day full of rivalry games. Some in-state, some out-of-state. It doesn't matter. They're rivalries, and it's going to be a fired-up day in the SCCFT College World Series. So stay tuned. And now, finally, we conclude with the West Regional. We got top seed Oregon State versus 16th seed Cal Poly. 8th seed Colorado, 9th seed Auburn. I hate putting this team in my tournaments so much. 5th seed Southern Cal versus 12th seed UNLV. And 4th seed Arizona versus 13th seed Boise State. Pretty good matchups here. Let's go back to the next side of the West Regional. Then we wrap up the regionals with 2nd seed Utah versus BYU. In-state rivalry. 7th seed Oregon versus Ohio State. Uh-oh. 3rd seed Arizona State versus 14th seed San Jose State. And finally, 6th seed Stanford versus 11th seed Tulane. Guys, we got some pretty good matchups here coming up, and I'm excited to get this thing pitched off. I really am. I'm excited to get this thing pitched. I really am. Hopefully everything works out with this tournament again. I do have some concerns, but you know what? We're going to work through it. Even if this has to go through, even if this has to go on until, July or so, we will, when this is going to happen, we are going to finish this thing. Might be delayed a couple days sometimes. And I'm sorry that happens, guys. I can't help it. Regardless, though, this is happening. And I'm excited. I've been waiting a couple years to do this. And now it just seems like a good time. It really just seems like a good time for all this. So, let's do it. Thank you all so much again. I know it wasn't the most exciting selection show, but had to do what we had to do for this one. Maybe next year will be a little bit better. But thank you guys so much. SCCFT checking out. Let's play ball.